Good afternoon, all of you. Welcome to this second physics class on motion in a plane, class 11th as per CBSE syllabus. We are sharing this video for education purposes only on behalf of Ambition Vedic classes. In previous class on motion in a plane, we have seen that physical quantities can be classified or separated in many ways. One of the method is deciding whether a physical quantity is a fundamental physical quantity or a derived physical quantity. Then a second method is uh, whether a physical quantity can be called as a scalar quantity, and a physical quantity can also be called as a vector quantity, depending on whether or not the direction is important. At many places we find that direction is very important unless and until the direction is specified or given. The physical quantity cannot be utilized in an effective manner. Okay, so we have seen that there is something called a scalar quantity, physical quantities which has only magnitude. Okay, they do not need a direction. Some examples are, for example, mass. Whenever we are weighing something, we take mass as 10 kg, 20 kg, 40 kg, 100 kg maybe, and we don't bother about what is the direction. We don't even need a direction in order to specify, so only magnitude is enough. Okay, so a physical quantity which has only magnitude, or which requires only magnitude to completely describe it, that is known as a scalar quantity. Then there is second type of a physical quantity where a direction is a very important. For example, force, velocity, acceleration, all these physical quantities, they should have direction in them, and then depending upon direction we can get the value of acceleration, positive or negative. So there is a second type of a physical quantity which has both magnitude as well as direction. Okay, a very good example, we have seen that if someone is pushing a table and he wants the table to move to the left, but we are applying force in the right direction, so that is wrong. So the table is never going to go to the left hand side. Okay, so direction is very important. So a physical quantity in which both magnitude and directions are necessary to completely describe it is known as a vector quantity, right? And in previous class then we have also discussed about different types of a vector. Okay, so understanding the types of vector, name of vector, is very important for the motion when we are talking about a plane. When we say a motion of an object is occurring or happening in a plane, so then in order to describe that motion we should know which type of vector we are using, and then only we can talk about motion. Okay, so let's start. Number one, in vector quantity. So in the previous class we have seen that a vector quantity should have the magnitude, that means a value. It should have a certain value, maybe 10 meter per second, 20 meter per second. This is the value. So that value is known as a magnitude, and whether that value is or meter per second means velocity. So if that velocity is in right direction or maybe wrong direction. Okay, so both magnitude and direction are very important when we are say talking in terms of vector quantity, to understand the motion, the physics, what is happening around. So a vector quantity basically is a physical quantity that has both the value and it should also have a direction. So let's say we have a vector. A vector is always represented by means of a ray, okay, with an arrowhead in front of it. Okay, so it will have a tail. A ray has a tail and it also has a head. Okay, so a ray always indicates a ray always has a starting point and no ending point. So that means that that arrow indicates that this line is going to stretch up to infinity. Fine, so let's say this is a ray which indicates some vector. This vector has a value of 10 meter per second. So that means this value of 10 meter per second is nothing but its length also. Okay, so magnitude of a vector we can say, we can find out simply by looking at its length. If this line is drawn even a bit shorter, then the magnitude will be lesser and this value will be different. Okay, so magnitude means basically length of a vector. Okay, and then so what is the magnitude, how to represent a magnitude? Now whenever we are writing magnitude of a vector, okay, it is always represented like this. So this is vector v, and these two straight lines, this is known as modulus, or simply we call it as mod. So mod of a vector or modulus of a vector always gives us only the magnitude. What is the length of this line? So length of this line, sorry, ray, is equal to the magnitude or value of the vector. Okay, and it is represented in terms of modulus of this vector v. Then a vector quantity should have both magnitude as well as direction. Then how to find the direction? The direction is indicated by the arrowhead. The direction of any vector is indicated by arrowhead. Wherever this arrow, this bow shape or arrow shape is pointing, that is the direction of the vector. Okay, so in order to find a direction, we can also use a compass. So this is geographic compass. As we can see, this is north, south, right hand side is east, and left hand side is west. So when we compare this array with the compass, you will see that it is pointing towards east direction. Okay, so magnitude of vector is 10 meter per second, and it is in the east direction. Because we have both magnitude as well as direction, we call this physical quantity as vector quantity. Fine, I hope everyone is getting it. Then we have seen different types of vector in a previous class. In short, first we should always remember what are the names of vectors that we are going to study. Number one, equal vectors. So what are equal vectors? Then next is like vectors, unlike vectors. Then we also have negative vector. When do we call vector as negative and when do we call it as positive? Next, unit vector, and then we have a null vector. So these six type of vectors we are going to understand today, and then from most probably from the next class we will discuss in two dimension, what is two dimension, what is three dimension, and how we use vectors in these dimension, how we represent them. Okay, so starting with equal vectors, again I'll repeat: equal vectors, like vector, unlike vector, negative vectors, unit vector, and null vector. Very very important. So first of all, what are equal vectors? So let's say this is vector a, and we know that length of this line is nothing but its magnitude, the value. Okay, and the direction is indicated by the arrowhead. So this is our first vector a, and this is second vector b. Okay, so first vector is a and second vector is b. Just by looking at the two vectors, what can we say? They have the same length. If you see the first vector and second vector, both of them, they are having the same length. And also, as you can see, both the vectors are pointing in the same direction towards east. So right hand side is east and left hand side is west. So it is both the vectors are pointing in the same direction, and the length of the two vectors, that means magnitude of vectors, are also same. So equal vectors are what? Equal vectors are vectors that have the same magnitude. So vectors having the same length or same magnitude, and both the vectors pointing in the same direction, then the two vectors are called equal vectors, right? We can also say that magnitude of vector a, which is nothing but length of vector a, or mod of vector a, magnitude of vector a is equals to magnitude of vector b, and both the vectors are pointing in the same direction. So very importantly, what are equal vectors? Vectors having the same magnitude, and that means the length. Vectors having the same length and same direction, they are known as equal vectors. Number one. Then coming to number two, what are like vectors? Okay, so let's say again we have this vector as vector p, and it is pointing in some random direction, and let's say this is point q, vector q. Okay, so on comparison, what we can say, on comparison we can